unique look. Some people may just say that, but your look in media is different than any other media personality. And I'm sure you've heard this question before. Why the bald head? Why do that?
It's been fascinated by, even as a little girl, like my mom and her sister had the most amazing album collection, when I was coming up. And I remember these Isaac Hayes, you guys know Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
Pat Evans with the beautiful bald head on the album covers. Now, I'm just a little girl, and I'm not thinking that one day I'm going to do that. But, it sat with me. And even, going through my teenage years and going through my early 20s, I didn't have the courage to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Because nobody, especially working in media, I can remember my early days, being an intern and then an assignment editor at NBC 10 in Philadelphia. And, someone told me that, I should get a nose job and I should get a weave. And I'm just like, this is not going to work for me. This industry cannot work for me if I have to manipulate my face or my look in any way that is not germane to my spirit and what my spirit feels is healthy. And so, I pursued acting. I kind of stepped away because I was really like, well, if I have to have, a long hairstyle and a weave and a nose job, this can't work. This cannot work. So I kind of stepped away. I pursued acting. And then, fast forward to a few years ago, I had a big afro. I grew out this beautiful fro. And, the acting career wasn't going where it needed to be for my personality type because mediocrity just doesn't cut it. So I had to really reevaluate about, where was my career going? Like, where was my life going? And I was just like, okay, I'm going to get back into television news and I'm going to do the entertainment aspect of it. So I looked at my fro and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to relax it. I relaxed my fro and you guys, I swear to God, like a half hour with it blown out. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I looked in the mirror. I was like, I do not like this chick. I do not like what I'm seeing here. This just is not who I am anymore. I went to the barbershop the next day, and they were reluctant to cut it off. I'm like, take it all down to the skin. They were like, Ma, you sure? I was like, I'm dead serious. Like, take it all off. So they were like, we're going to have one of our homegirls just give you a cute little pixie cut. Because the brothers was like, I'm not trying to hear that mouth if I take all this hair off. And she's like, yo, I don't want to be bald. So they did a pixie cut. I was like, all right, I'll rock with this. A second day, I'm like, this has got to come off my head. So finally the barber took it all the way off. And I was just like, wow, okay, I like her. And I wasn't certain if I would keep this look, to be honest, because I'm like, a bald woman on TV, like that is, you still haven't seen it, honest and truthfully, not in television news.
Not in the mainstream.
Right. I mean, you have V. Bozeman, who's an artist, but, she's a singer. That's kind of different. So I would send my stuff out, and, of course, people were telling me in my face, like, there's no way in the world you're going to be on E! Or Access Hollywood or NBC, or you're not going to do that. So I'm like, well, I got to hire myself then, because I'm not going to not live my dream. Like, that's ridiculous. Over hair? I'm supposed to not live my dream over hair. That's lunacy. So I'm like, I'm going to create my own space. And so what I did was I began to put together a list of people that I had wonderful relationships with. And I began to package myself and would send my stuff out. I'm like, listen, you write a very beautiful pitch letter introducing yourself, so that people know that you're serious, because it's all about presenting. You have to present well. This is a business, it's show business. So it's really imperative that you present yourself like a business. And so that's what I did. And people began to say yes, while I still get a lot of no's, especially for some of the quote unquote mainstream large scale award shows. But then people say yes. And when you tell me yes, it's a wrap, because I'm dug in, because I don't know when that next yes is gonna happen. And people often chuckle with me like, T, you go so hard. I have to. I don't know any other way.
And a lot of people must appreciate that. I appreciate you being yourself and just embracing your beauty. Having a bald head is fine, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
you just doing it and sticking to your ground and being grounded is fantastic. That's phenomenal for you to at least take that leap and then show other women that, yes, you can do this too.
Right.
Follow in my footsteps and let's walk this path together.
Well, the biggest thing is authenticity. You know, you want to be happy with how you're representing yourself. You know, and I'm not knocking any woman who wants to wear a weave, who wants to do locks, who wants to have an afro. If that's how you want to represent yourself, do that. This is how I want to represent myself. You know, people ask me like, you know, well, how do you walk around, you know, with no hair on your head, you know, as a woman? And I'm like, are you looking at me? Because nobody is going to mistake me for being anything else other than what I am. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so I feel beautiful like this, just as any woman would feel beautiful with her hair pressed, with her hair relaxed, with her hair weaved. Whatever it is you think you do, like that one thing you do that makes you feel exceptionally beautiful, this is what I do that makes me feel exceptionally beautiful. And it resonates. It resonates when I'm in front of the camera. You know, it resonates when I'm taking meetings. It resonates when I'm on the carpet. It resonates when I'm in the bodega. It resonates because this is truly who I am, and it's truly how I want to represent myself, and there is no going back. You know, if I decide to go back, it's my decision, but it's not because I'm feeling pressure, you know, from,
Absolutely.
you know, environing people telling me I need to grow my hair out to be successful in this business, because I don't, clearly.
Definitely, definitely.